My name is Peyman Pouryekta. I'm an interim CTO at KUGU Home. And yeah, my background is from the startup scene. I worked a lot in the as a technical director or as a CTO in the startup world. And originally I'm a software engineer, but right now I'm more focused on advising and helping other startups in the product and IT department. I was introduced to NXLab over a common friend, more or less. So we had some kind of conversation. He started a new job at KUGU Home, and then we had a talk. I had a talk with you, Mike, and we discussed about how I can maybe help this company. So there were two different things. I mean, on one side, I like to help people and companies, and my skills are often required in these kind of startups and on the technology field. And on the other side, I had the feeling NXLab has the same kind of vision, like they want to mainly help other companies, and that made a good fit for me. Yeah, so it is just the first month. So the impact which I had, or the task which I did was to first of all trigger and technical due diligence to identify where are exactly the gaps in the company, and understand the challenges. And the challenges are more or less on two sides. It's on the team growth and also on the technical growth. And with growth, I just don't mean just more engineers or more technologies which we want to use. It's more on the quality side also. So the learning of the existing team members and growing the existing team members is one of the important parts, and NXLab is helping there a lot. And yeah, besides that, we had some kind of internal topics of doing a strategy day for the tech department, talking to the team, and starting to trigger the first challenges and first tasks on creating processes, creating structures, changing technologies, moving things into the cloud, things like that. I think it's a really good offer because, like, often when you're as a founder, because I founded also business before, you're really busy with your own business the whole time and you don't have this outside view. So it's sometimes the things which you think and like to do is sometimes a bit unrealistic, and it's clever to have this kind of outside view, this kind of sparring partner who helps you to identify and maybe look at the issue from another kind of perspective and have a better and overall view on the topic. So I think you can definitely make and take better decisions when you have this kind of more information in the end. I mean, it really depends on the situation of the company. So just to give you an example, there was a very strong senior software engineer who became in the startup at some point a CTO. He developed the software in the beginning, but at some point he had to manage 10, 15 people. And the work which he has to do is pretty different from what he did in the beginning. And to have this kind of change of, okay, now I have to talk to a lot of management people, or I have to more direct, and I'm not coding the whole time. This kind of skill you need to develop as a CTO, so you can become a CTO. And my role often is, in this case, in this specific case, for example, to be more a coach, like to really reflect about, okay, do you want to take this decision? Why do you want to take this decision? Is that maybe the right one, or should we look at this from another perspective? So there are different scenarios. This kind of coaching scenario is one. And yeah, I could give you a few more if you want, but I think that would be too long. So from my experience, a lot of startups have, as you said, like only the CTO, not the CPO role. And that means also the CTO has to somehow cover the product task and topics, to take care of a lot of conversations with different kind of stakeholders, with sales team, with marketing, to better understand, okay, in which direction the product needs to really develop. And to have a CPO or someone who is really focused on the product will make it much easier for the CTO to develop that, because you don't need to evaluate anymore. That is something what on the product side needs to happen with UI UX people to identify, okay, is that kind of feature which we need really something what we want in the product and what brings some kind of value for our customer. So I think it's a strong support for the CTO if you have someone who takes really care of the product and runs that topic. You can much more be focused on the technology aspects of the product. So I think especially for investors, they want to know if the team of the startup is able to develop what they promised. And if you have gaps on the technical side, for example, or also on the product side, like advisors in these specific areas would be a huge benefit to create this kind of trust, and also on the product and technology side to help to shape the product and the business idea in a way so that it can really sustain. Because like me, but also other kind of advisors which I know, they have usually years of experience specifically in this field, so they're expert in that area. And I think to have this kind of additional knowledge is very, very valuable.